asked me, Pri, how do you have confidence with incontinence? Well, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease at 19, and it's taught me that any challenge I face in my life, I will be prepared for. Because multiple sclerosis, well, it just taught me to fight harder. So it's like that saying, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Yeah, I refuse to accept defeat, so incontinence, bring it. Hey guys, so in this video I really wanted to be talking about something that quite a few of you guys have always asked me about, and it's the fact that the question I get asked a lot is, Pri, how are you so confident with having incontinence? And I was like, you know what, maybe I can make a video on this and talk about it in like a 10-minute video. I won't be able to go through every single thing I'm thinking because I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget something, but I'll do my best. But before I begin this video, go and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and for now, I hope you guys enjoy this video. The first point I want to be talking about is something that I wish I had known when I was first experiencing incontinence, because it would have helped me come across confidence much earlier on had I known that ignorance was forever going to be bliss. There's going to be people who understand you, and then there's going to be people who don't, right? And the one thing I want you guys to do is to just stop people pleasing. Stop people pleasing, because it's going to stop you from finding your confidence with incontinence. And I'm only saying this just because I just wish someone had told me that, because no one had told me that, and it took me like a few years to figure that out for myself. And I'm here now, but disregard the negativity, because that's what hindered me from finding confidence, and it took me years to find that confidence. So stop people pleasing, forget about what other people think of you, and just keep doing what you have to do just to do what the average person is able to do without any assistance. Let's talk about the timeline. So I'm just looking at my timeline right now, just because when I say timeline, I'm talking about my thumbnail. I'm only looking at it right now because I totally forgot what I tried on in my thumbnail. So in 2017, I was wearing boy short panties, but I was also wearing thongs too. I just didn't want to take a picture of me in a thong and post it on my thumbnail instead because I felt kind of uncomfortable. But it's funny that now that I come to think about it, because it's like I'm comfortable wearing diapers, I'm just not comfortable showing you guys me in a thong. How times have changed. I put on the boy short panty. That's what I wore up until 2019. So for 2 years, I wore no protection with incontinence. That was traumatizing, because it's like I even went on dates and stuff, and I'd always wet myself on these dates, and it was just very embarrassing because, I mean, I gave those guys something to remember me by, but you go into 2019, I was wearing the Depends pull-up. I have a try-on those in my last video if you guys want to check that out. It wasn't that great, but it did the bare minimum, especially because at that point I never tried on diapers. I never tried on something that provided better protection to have been able to know in that moment in 2019 that these pull-ups were garbage. We go into 2021, I wrote down medical underneath because I did try on the Tranquility diapers, but with those diapers, I'm not a fan of the medical diapers. They're just so thin for me. They're kind of like pull-ups in a way, in my opinion, except with tapes. And then the premium quality diaper that I've tried on in that last picture on my thumbnail is of the Megamax in an extra small. Those are my favorite diapers to wear because they hold a lot. I kind of did this thumbnail because to show you guys my growth over the years of the protection I wore from garbage to premium. And it's really interesting too, because when I look at this timeline, I can see my confidence that wasn't there to when my confidence started to show. And it's just crazy. I like this thumbnail. Now, what was the point when being in denial was the thing that was hindering me from finding my confidence with incontinence? And then what was the point of even being in denial when I knew very well I needed to be wearing protection to help me with my incontinence? It's like we oftentimes get so caught up in people pleasing that we oftentimes forget to think about ourselves. I just want you guys to know to put yourself as the first priority, because you're what comes first, not other people. Now, as I mentioned before, right, with ignorance being bliss, I always found that it caused me to always fear being out. Like the moment I stepped outside of my door was the moment I would wet myself, and it was the moment where I would just have so much fear and be afraid of just even being out. If you have incontinence and you're not wearing protection, whether it being a pull-up or a diaper, or you're not, I guess, on those medications that they tell you to take for incontinence, finding confidence is going to be almost difficult with having incontinence. How are you to be able to be outside with incontinence without wearing protection and wetting yourself outside in public almost every single time you step outside that door? And I'm only asking you guys this because I've done that. I've done that so many goddamn times where I've stepped outside without protection on because I also didn't know they existed. But I always stepped outside without the protection on, and I'd always wet myself outside in public. I always felt like a complete idiot. Also because as much as I can want to blame other people for not talking about it, it's not other people's fault but mine. I should have known how to help myself when I knew I had incontinence. I should have known to put on a diaper. I should have known to have found pull-ups much sooner than I had. But I didn't, and it honestly traumatized me. It traumatized me, and because of that, it hindered me from finding my confidence with incontinence until a little later on in my life. So, what was it going to take for me to find that confidence with incontinence? One question I get asked a lot is, had you not had incontinence, would you have loved diapers? If I had to be honest, I probably wouldn't. Just because for me, why diapers mean so much to me and why I actually love wearing them is because that's what was a light at the end of my goddamn tunnel that I was literally searching for the past 6 years. For me, I felt like I had no choice but to be wearing a diaper. So what better way than to love what I was wearing, right? So that's why I kind of went from the medical diapers to the premium and then to like more ABDL looking ones, because I was like, these diapers look so cute and they look so fun, and it's like, why not love what you wear? With being so miserable about something that you're also wearing too, that's gonna stand in your way of finding your confidence, because how are you to be confident when you're not happy with what you're wearing? I feel like my life would have been a lot easier, especially a few years ago when I was going on dates, like I think it was like 6 years ago, where I wasn't wearing any protection and I would wet myself on these dates, and it was traumatizing. I had so many traumatizing experiences, and I just wonder how much more different my life would have been had I came across diapers much earlier on in my life, because I feel like diapers would have been a little more acceptable than actually wetting yourself in your panty. But yeah, you live and you learn, huh? Self-love, you guys, self-love is so crucial, especially with finding your confidence with incontinence, because if you don't love yourself, how are you going to have confidence with wearing what you do? Like, you know what I mean? It's hard, I know, but I mean, when your body keeps disappointing you, especially with incontinence, I'm pretty sure you guys also feel like you would do anything to help yourself, right? So just keep that in mind. Try out diapers if you haven't actually tried them out yet. If you feel miserable about pull-ups, there's a reason why you feel miserable, and that's because pull-ups are garbage. But if you do like them, honestly, keep doing you. I'm still gonna advocate for diapers, I'm sorry. So do what you have to do what you have to do, because you have to be there for yourself, because no one's gonna do it better than you. And I just don't want you guys to forget that. Just don't wait for other people to do things for you. Just do it yourself. And I think you got this, so yeah. So that's pretty much it to my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought about this video, because I'd love to hear from you, or even message me on Instagram. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram and check out my blog. I'll post the links down below as always, and I'll see you guys in my next video that will be up soon. So bye guys. Okay, we're talking about confidence right now. I can't be confident and talk about what I'm talking about when there's a spider above my head.